Welcome to Mullet and Chips, the fanzine for the Ilford District Churches Football League. Today is Saturday the 15th of January and today's featured match is the one between GDSTP and New Covenant Church. You've heard about foggy London town in the old songs and so on, and today it was pretty foggy as we set out. The fog has lifted a bit, but it's still quite murky, but it is January, so what else can we expect? But the boys are out there and they're all going hammer and tongs as per usual. So, about time we're going to see a bit of action now. Okay? Well, here we are back after the matches. We featured the match between GDSTP and New Covenant Church, and the result was 3-3. So it really was a competitive match. A lot of going in, a lot of fouls. I haven't seen so many fouls, but all largely in good humour. Emil, our referee for the day, kept control. A very lively match, and I suppose as a neutral, it was 3-3 was perhaps a fair result. So my guest today is Joshua from New Covenant Church. So I'm going to welcome Joshua now. So well done, Joshua. Come on.
We are here again. Okay. We are here.
Okay, right, Joshua. So welcome to the Eagle Studio.
Yes.
It's nice to see you.
Space is in here.
Yeah, great. And of course, the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to ask Joshua if he will read the football results for today. So over to you, Joshua.
Okay. So, welcome guys. Here are the results for Saturday, 15th January 2022. For the Premiership League, Citygates 1, AS Athletic 3, East Hamilton 1, Emmanuel FC 1, GDSTP 3, New Covenant Church 3, and for the Championship League, Hersey Rangers 0, KRCC Royals 2, Rauch 4, Ravens 2, Solway FC 2, ANC 2.
As the majority of teams have played 14 matches, we have Emmanuel and AS Athletic now joint leaders of the Premiership. However, A&M could leapfrog both teams should they win their game in hand, whilst in the Championship, KICC Royals are clear leaders with most other teams all fairly close. So excitement builds as we move into the final third of our season. Now let's get back to Joshua. Right, so Joshua, so 3-3, eh?
Yeah.
3-3. So it's a real sort of tough match for you because I must admit I didn't get there till late in the first half, so I was really great. 2-2 at that stage. So I believe that you went behind twice.
Yeah.
And then I did get the goal that you scored just before half time, so I've got something. So I'm pleased to say. So 3-2 at half time, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you think the first half went?
So the first half we tried a new formation, thought we'd try and expand, be a bit more explosive on the pitch because we tend to be a bit more narrow down the middle.
All right.
So we thought we'd try and use wing play, getting behind. Yeah. We've got very fast, agile players, so that's what we tried to do. Didn't really work out defensively. They punished us. They took their chances. They played really good football around us, intricate stuff. Like we couldn't get near them for like the first 10-15 minutes. Very good team, organised as well. They moved the ball really quick. And with the pitch as well, you didn't think they'd be able to move it that quick. But
as I said earlier, there was a lot of fractious play. Let's be fair. I mean, fouls on both sides and a bit of, argy-bargy. Let's be frank about it. And players get a bit upset with challenges and what other people have said and so on. But I do commend Emil. He stepped in and took authority amongst all the players and settled things down.
Yeah, great ref, did his job, was strict, organised as well, disciplined everyone. Yeah. And also had a bit of humour to the game as well. Like made us all laugh.
Yeah, that's right.
Told everyone to calm down, talk to us, gave us heads up. Even came over at half time, gave us some tips how to play, gave them some tips as well, how to move the ball and stuff like that. Really appreciated him, man. Very good.
That's right. I did speak to him at half time and he said, I'm going to talk to the guys because there's some on the edge, so to speak.
Yeah.
And but from that moment onwards, then they seemed to pick up. They weren't getting caught up with all the fractious play, and then they started pouring forward. and they got the goal, which is much disappointment to you guys. And then, the last sort of 15 minutes, it could have gone either way.
It was end-to-end stuff the whole game. So, like, coming into the second half, we thought, cool, let's try and keep the ball. Let's not make any unnecessary mistakes. Just keep switching play, attack from both sides when we can. So it was just constant, and fair play to them. It was a bit like a rope-a-dope. They kept taking it, defending really well, clearing their lines, getting their foot behind the ball. And then all of a sudden, they came at us. High intensity, aggressive running, dribbling with the ball, good decision making at times as well. And we just, I think everyone just kind of burnt themselves out, didn't really have the energy to pick up, match the intensity, but we tried to hang in there for as long as we could, tried to nick a couple as well. It was just like a back and forth game of boxing. And,
well, it was. It's fun. That's a good analogy, and of course, over recent week, if there's any team that's sort of getting a last minute winner, it's been you guys.
We've been loving it. Like over Christmas, we spoke about being tight defensively, being composed, not making mistakes. So throughout the game, we just knew how to clear our lines, pass out of trouble. And and they came and they gave it back to us. They said, "You guys want to play ball? We'll play ball too." So
I will say that you had a number of chances on the outside of the box, and all of them, their shots went over the bar. And it wasn't just one player; it was
everyone. It was everyone.
So I was sort of thinking, well, if I was a manager, I would say, look, let's just try and put it in the box, not shoot, because they were going wide. So. But it was quite an entertainment, and always with GDSTP, I love the emotion they bring to the matches. Lot of chatter. I mean, some of my teams in the past, I've had to remonstrate with them to say, come on, you've got to communicate better. You're not talking to each other. But you don't have to do it with GDSTP, and your guys will say as well. But GDSP, you want to say, can you turn the volume down a bit?
Now, because we feel like if you're the loudest on the pitch and you make your shouts heard, like when it's out for a throw-on, you're more likely to get it. Because if they're not talking, they don't want it enough. So that's why we got to make sure we're the loudest, we'll make sure we play our football. And they brought it today as well. They were loud, good challenges, gave the ref a lot to think about as well. Because when we shouted... They shouted too. When we were in Portuguese, English, it was just commotion all throughout the whole game. It was wonderful. Yeah,
good. Well, we can't say fairer than that, can we? That at the end of the day, that you had a passionate game, a lot of things going on, but ended as a draw. So even Steven, so that's great. And also, I've got to say, it's a good advert for our league.
We just make sure we leave everything on the pitch. Shake hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Hug each other, give each other tips, like other players as well. Like, get some studs. You're slipping a bit too much. Pitch conditions not great. Get yourself some studs.
Well, that's right. So I meant to ask you about how you're getting on with the first season.
We're enjoying it. Just because a lot of the guys are raw. This is the first. Now we've just mixed up the team, so everyone's still trying to understand each other. The younger lot still a bit immature in all of the getting in people's faces and stuff like that. We'll keep going. Just progression.
Well, Joshua, that was really good.
Yeah, thank
you. Some guys have to prime, but just go, Joshua, and away he goes. So that's great. So, right, we're moving on to the next bit, which is our quiz. Now, I've had to instruct Joshua about the quiz because he wasn't over familiar, and he was pleased to realise that it was a football quiz, not a general knowledge quiz.
Yeah, no, I'm not good at general knowledge at all.
I'm surprised how little general knowledge I know as well. Just going to go through. I hope you don't have to walk of shame if you get nil. We've only had that once this season.
I know my teammates are waiting. They're waiting to see the tape.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I've got to be open and just give it to you straight. All right. So we see how we go. All right.
All right. Cool.
Right.
Listen.
Okay. Here we go. Now. Question A. There's only 3 teams who were at the bottom of the Premiership at Christmas who avoided relegation. 2 of them were West Bromwich Albion in 2004-05, Sunderland in 2013 and 14, and one of the following 3. So was it A, Leicester City, B, Norwich City, or C, Fulham? Do you want me to read them again?
I'm going to go Leicester City.
Leicester City. Well done.
Hey!
And
my
that
chest!
Much relief here. And that was quite remarkable. That was in 2014-15. 2 seasons later, they were champions. So, you know, Jimmy Greaves used to say it's a funny old game, and certainly in the likes of Leicester City, that was true. So, well done, Joshua.
Thank you very much.
1 out of 3.
1 out of 3.
Oh, so you can face your teammates now. So, question 2. The African Cup of Nations 2022 is currently hosted by which country? So, is it A, Algeria, B, Egypt, or C, Cameroon?
I'm going to go for C, Cameroon, please.
Yes, that's right, Cameroon. So well done.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Okay, and question C. Who is the youngest goal scorer for England? All right. So is it A, Michael Owen, B, Wayne Rooney, or C, Marcus Rashford?
Oh, I'm going to go for C, Marcus Rashford.
I'm afraid not. It was Wayne Rooney. At 17 years and 317 days. Michael Owen was next, 18 years and 164 days, and Marcus Rashford 18 years and 209 days. So
I'm happy to get that.
Okay, 2 out of 3, so not bad.
Yeah,
almost the 3, like similar to the 3 goals you got today as a team. But anyway, so well done, 2 out of 3.
Thank you.
Right, now we do the last thing here, and it's pick the team for next week. Now we've got this little felt bag, and we've got counters in there, so you have to pick a.
I hope our team name is not in there. Cause
No, I know. I do sort of. Like these guys won't be in it, or GDSTP won't be in it, because you know we don't.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, so how are we going? So what number you got?
15.
15. So 15.
There's no 15.
There's no 15.
Trust me.
How did that get in there then? Okay, we're going to have to do it again. So here's the next one.
Okay, cool.
Because we only got 14 teams. That's odd, isn't it?
So 12.
12 is City Gates. So there you go.
Lucky lads.
Yeah, City Gates. So okay, I'll be contacting Nathaniel again. Okay, thanks for joining with us, and my thanks to Joshua being my guest today. Yeah, it's been great. And so it's a bye from us. So
see you guys. Have a good Sunday.
Cheers. And cut. Yeah, sit about there, and so when you're ready.
Hey, hey, we're doing an interview.
That's right. Okay then, Joshua, if you can just so here are the results.
Hey.
The African Cup of Nations 2022 is currently in which venue? I'll read that again. Sorry, I'll read that again. The African Cup of Nations 2022 is hosted by which company?
Should I just say the answer now?
No. Right, start again.
You got the giggles.
Yeah, I know.